All right, nerds, let's talk now about some gaming and tech. And I say some, we've got a whole giant section for gaming and tech. Microsoft Activision is back in the follow-ups section. We have a real quick follow-up on another NetherRealm property, as well as basically we're just going to run through all of the announcements from the past week as far as the non-E3 showcases are concerned. So, welcome, nerds, to the gaming and tech news for the week. This is a clip that has been taken out of the main show, The Week in Nerddom, which goes up on the main channel, youtube.com/generallynerdy. In gaming and tech, we like to talk about, well, you know, gaming and tech, trailers, announcements for new tech and games and consoles and everything in between that is gaming and or tech related. So this week in gaming and tech, all of this stuff happened. Jumping in, we have some follow-ups to talk about. First up, Spider-Man 2 release date is now officially October 20th. If you want to pre-order, pre-orders start June 16th. If you do pre-order, you do get some pre-order bonuses. There are three different games. There are three different versions of the game to pre-order. You have the standard, the premium, and the collectors. You get, with the premium, you get a bunch of in-game items, very notably some great suits for Miles and for Peter, but also if you get the collector's edition, you get a Venom versus Spider-Man statue, which is pretty awesome as well. Hopefully I can find images to post up on the screen right here for those of you watching the episode. If you're just listening to the episode, you're gonna have to go to the YouTube. I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, pretty awesome. If you want to reserve your copy, again, you will have to wait until June 16th. From there, let's talk briefly about the newest revelation in the Microsoft Activision acquisition. The Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, if you will, has filed an injunction to stop Microsoft's attempts to purchase Activision. They are going legal with this bad boy. It's not enough that they have said, no, you can't do it, but now they have to, like, involve other branches of the law and stuff. So yeah, this is really getting heated, though it does sound like the upper-ups at Xbox and Microsoft Gaming see this as a boon and not as a hindrance to their cause. So I honestly hope that they are right, because Activision definitely needs a little bit of a shakeup in their the upper echelons there. So that's all we have for the moment there. Let's talk from there. We have a couple of things, so we'll get into this, I guess. Cyberpunk 2077, we're going to talk a little bit more about this, but we do have Phantom Liberty, the next DLC for the game, September 26th. This is hopefully good sign. Now that I have a Series X, I can get my hands on a copy of this game, and I am hopeful that it is as fixed as they want me to believe it is. So I'm assuming that the fact that they're releasing Phantom Liberty is a good sign in that direction. Though I very well could be wrong, so definitely conversation in the comments section. Let's do the thing. From there, let's talk next about Injustice 3. In a recent interview, while doing promotion for Mortal Kombat 1, Ed Boon, co-creator of Mortal Kombat and creator of Injustice, has said that Injustice 3 is not off the table. I'm paraphrasing here, but effectively, Tyler Lansdowne, another developer involved in the making of said games over at NetherRealm Studios, also said in an interview recently that Injustice 3 very well could still happen, very well likely will still happen in the slightly distant future. According to Lansdowne, the reason they went with Mortal Kombat as their next game instead of Injustice like they had been for years previously is because they have upgraded to a new engine, so they wanted to do the thing that they do best, which is Mortal Kombat. So just they had new toys to play with on the development side of things, and they wanted to develop another Mortal Kombat game. It was according to Tyler Lansdowne, it was a conscious decision on their part, and not because the situation was a little iffy as far as who is going to own the rights to these WB characters tomorrow, as was the speculation around the community. But still, kind of a political, that's not the word I'm looking for, the neutral response to that. This definitely playing his cards, if you will. So yeah, it very likely still was a matter of, well, we own the rights to these characters, so we know what we can do with them. We don't necessarily own the rights to those WB owned characters, so if we're not owned by WB in the morning, we're going to have all of this development done and no game to show for it. So yeah, it makes sense. Either way, if you believe the way Lansdowne put it, if you believe the official NetherRealm narrative, or if you believe the rumor of behind the scenes turmoil, either way it makes sense they went with Mortal Kombat. But we do now have official assurance from Ed Boon that there will be, very likely will be, a third installment in the Injustice franchise, as he is a big fan of not only the franchise he created, but all of those DC properties. Which, speaking of NetherRealm, let's move next into Mortal Kombat 1 follow-up real quick. According to the official Mortal Kombat 1 Discord, and then shortly thereafter it was posted up on the website as well, but Mortal Kombat 1 will be playable in a demo capacity, but still be playable at EVO 2023. So there will be, it sounds like it's going to be some further along build of the game, further along than what we have seen from the Summer Game Fest footage. So that's pretty epic in and of itself. From there, we are going to switch things up just a little bit. Normally we would be going into trailers, but our regular news it warrants switching the two. So we're going to be doing regular news first, and then from there we're going to go into trailers. So in regular ass news, the first thing before we get to the non-E3 showcases is very quickly, because I feel like it needs to be talked about because it is such a big deal in the community right now. The whole Call of Duty situation. Nickmercs made a comment on social media that honestly could be interpreted in a multitude of ways, even though he has kind of made some clarifications since the comment was made, in that it is kind of the direction that certain people who, how are we going to say this? Nickmercs said a thing that pissed off people who have slightly to more advanced liberal viewpoints on the world, and therefore has kind of been canceled in a weird way. The people in the upper ups over at the Call of Duty Warzone and I can't remember, was it Modern Warfare 2? Either way, Nickmercs' skin in 2 Call of Duty games has been pulled because of comments that he made on Twitter that really are, you gotta be kind of grasping at straws to be offended by what he said. Or you have to be really, really hiding something to be so sensitive as to think that he directed it in the way it is being contorted on social media now as well. So yeah, it's a thing that happened. So from there, Tim the Tatman has said, well, if Nickmercs and I are good friends, if his stuff has been pulled down, I stand in solidarity. I actually believe in the same things that Nickmercs did, and so I think you should be pulling my skin down too. And they did. And now Dr. Disrespect, who is potentially bigger than both Nickmercs and Tim the Tatman. I honestly haven't looked at the numbers, but I'm pretty sure Dr. Disrespect is slightly larger than the two of them. He has uninstalled his Call of Duty games as well and said he will not continue to play until Call of Duty comes out and apologizes for what they have done, or they reinstate the skins that they have pulled out of the stores. So just a big sticky situation that if virtue signaling weren't a thing, this wouldn't be either. So, all right, so that's the one thing that is not non-E3 related. Let's talk about some game showcases. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to very, very quickly run through all of the announcement pieces that were made at the individual. So we have Summer Game Fest that happened since we spoke last. We have both the Xbox presentations. We have the regular showcase and the extended showcase. We also have Capcom and Ubisoft. There was a PC Gamer one as well, but most of the stuff in the PC Gamer one is covered by everything else in these main four. So we're just going to talk about these guys. Starting things off with the first on the list is the Summer Games Fest. So everything announced at Summer Games Fest. And then when we get to the trailers section, we're going to talk about the ones that are the most notable. So Summer Games Fest, let's do this. Summer Games Fest was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming in 2024. Spider-Man 2 gets an October 20th release date. Prince of Persia, Lost Crown coming next year. Mortal Kombat 1 gets gameplay trailer. Fortnite Wilds reveals Transformers crossovers, pretty awesome. Sonic Superstars new 2D classic. Alan Wake 2 gameplay reveal. Like a Dragon Gaiden is coming this November. Star Trek Infinite is announced. John Carpenter's Toxic Commando announced. Sandland, a new addition from Akira Toriyama and Bandai Namco. Pal World is a game like Pokemon but with guns. We have Lord of the Rings Return to Moira coming this fall. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis getting closed beta. Banisher's Ghost of New Eden, new action RPG. Baldur's Gate 3 introduces Jason Isaacs as major villain. We have Twisted Metal debut on Peacock. We're going to talk about that in the TV section, July 27th. Marvel Snap getting a new competitive mode. New trailer for Season 4 of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Path of Exile gets a gameplay trailer. Exo Primal is getting a Street Fighter 6 crossover. Lies of P gets a demo and new release date. Netflix shares Witcher Season 3 trailer. Warhammer 40k Space Marines 2 reveals co-op. Nicolas Cage coming to Dead by Daylight. We've actually talked about that one a number of times at this point. Yes, Your Grace sequel is announced. Witchfire comes early access in September. Remnant 2 release date is revealed. Immortals of Avenum gets an extended gameplay clip. Under the Waves gets an August release date. Honkai Star Rail gets a PS5 release window. Black Desert Online expansion gets a new trailer. Lisfanga Time Shift Warrior is the new hack and slash game. Fae Farm gets a release date and PC reveal. Throne and Liberty gets a new trailer. Party Animals gets a new release date. All of that, and that's it. That is everything from the Summer Games Fest. If you are interested in any one of these things in a little bit more detail, then you're going to have to go watch the Summer Games Fest. Except for the Mortal Kombat stuff, basically we've covered everything in there already. So from there we have the Ubisoft Forward. Again, going to try and breeze through this very, very quickly. So here goes nothing. We have Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, release date September 7th. We have The Crew Motorfest, release date September 14th. And a closed beta July 21st and 23rd. Assassin's Creed Nexus VR, play as Ezio, Cassandra, and Connor in VR. Release date this holiday season. Assassin's Creed Codename Jade is a new mobile game, takes place in Japan. Closed beta registration is open now. Assassin's Creed Mirage Story and Gameplay Deep Dive, release date October 12th. Yes, please. Star Wars Outlaws, once again, yes, please. Star Wars Outlaws open world game, story and gameplay reveal trailer, release date sometime next year. Other announcements include Just Dance 2024, release date October 24th. X Defiant open season from July 21st through 23rd. It will be a free-to-play game. It looks pretty awesome. I don't understand how this man can do an entire presentation on a game with Sam Fisher on a wall behind him and not acknowledge Sam Fisher on the wall behind him, but there it is. Continuing, Prince of Persia Lost Crown Deep Dive. We got a little bit in the Games Fest and a deep dive on the Ubisoft Forward. And then Captain Laserhawk Blood Dragon Remix released on Netflix next fall. It's going to be an anime series. The Division Resurgent release on Android and iOS this fall. Skull and Bones closed beta August 25th through 28th. Jet Set Radio crossover into Roller Champions. Brawlhalla Master Chief Combat Evolved crossover. Yes, please and thank you. Master Chief and the Arbiter both are going to be proper new characters in the game and not just reskinned characters from the game, so that's pretty awesome. Free trial of Rocksmith Plus on PC, plus a new mobile app. Riders Republic Skateboard add-on release September 26th. Final Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope DLC with Rayman set to release in 2023, towards the end of the year, so probably in the fall or getting ready for the holidays. So from there, let's move now into the Capcom Showcase. So much stuff. All right, so Capcom Showcase, we have Dragon's Dogma 2. We got a deep dive gameplay trailer. We got Pragmata, some maybe in-game stuff, but it's delayed again indefinitely, so we don't really know what's going on with this game. Still don't even know what technical genre it falls under. We also have Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney Trilogy HD remasters of 4, 5, and 6 coming to consoles early 2024. Exoprimal, again, a little bit more there than we got previously. Exoprimal new trailer roadmap revealed. Dino Hunting. Then we have Ghost Trick remaster of the game, demo available now, coming to all consoles, including previous generations. We have Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, unveiled at the Xbox Showcase. We got a little bit more here. Action strategy RPG coming to Xbox and PlayStation and all current generation consoles, minus the Switch. Mega Man X Dive Offline, so it's a mobile game that they're going to be shutting down, but before they do, it's going to be an offline game that you can download and you can play without needing a web connection. And yeah, it's going to be Steam, iOS, and Android. And that was everything for Capcom. Capcom is the much smaller of the group this year. And then our final one is Xbox. We have technically two different showcases to breeze through real quick, so let's talk Xbox momentarily. All right, so let's see what we can do to make this fast. Xbox Showcase is Fable Reboot, starring Richard Ayoade, which was pretty awesome, not gonna lie. We have no release date announced just yet for that one. South of Midnight, Compulsion Games' new game, third-person action-adventure, is going to be pretty crazy, not gonna lie. More Star Wars Outlaws. We have Persona 3 Remake and Persona 5 Tactics spin-off Persona 3 Reload, early 2024, and then Persona 5 Tactica is November 17th. Avowed, because, you know, Avowed must happen. We have Avowed, first-person RPG from Obsidian. Release date sometime 2024. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 release window next year sometime. Forza Motorsport releasing October 10th. We have Starfield. Oh, we have the Starfield showcase. We're going to talk about that in a moment. I just lost my place. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, first major story expansion, September 26th. It will feature Keanu Reeves and Idris Elba. It looks pretty dope, not gonna lie. Clockwork Revolution, for those of you really needing to scratch a Bioshock itch, Clockwork Revolution is a thing from In Exile Entertainment, first-person RPG shooter. Next, Xbox Series S model, the Carbon Black color variant, will feature a 1 terabyte solid-state drive, will be releasing September 1st. Other announcements for the first Xbox Showcase were 33 Immortals, Payday 3, Sea of Thieves getting a crossover with the Legend of Monkey Island on July 20th. Microsoft Flight Simulator update for 2024 will feature Dune. You must check out that trailer. I just lost my place again. Fallout 76, new DLC set in Atlantic City, release date not yet announced. Path of the Goddess, the Kunitsugami, I'm going to say that right one day. Japanese-inspired game announcement trailer, we already talked about that. Elder Scrolls Online Journey to Necrom expansion for the MMO will be releasing June 20th. Overwatch 2 Invasion, new stories, missions, and cosmetics release on August 10th. And Jusant Magical Climbing Puzzle Game release fall 2023. So much is going on. All right, Still Wakes the Deep, eerie game about offshore oil drilling worker releasing in early 2024. Dungeons of Hinterberg, cozy RPG with monster fighting and skating, releases 2024. Cities Skyline 2, city building game, release on October 24th. Metaphor Refantasio Atlas Fantasy RPG releasing in 2024 as well. And then Towerborn, new game by Stoic, releasing next year as well, will be available day one on Game Pass. And then the extended presentation had a little bit deeper dives of things they kind of covered previously. We have High on Knife, which is the first expansion of the High on Life game that came out a little over a year ago. That has the Rick and Morty guy as the producer and does the voices of things and stuff. Yeah, so that'll be the first DLC for that game. Story set 2 years after the game. New weapons, release date later this year. Prior purchase required, obviously. First Descendant crossplay beta, Xbox Series gameplay showcased. It's August 22nd and 28th beta. Full game will be released at the end of the year. Hi-Fi Rush, an arcade challenge. Meaty update for Rhythm Action Game. Release on July 5th. Another Crab's Treasure and more ID at Xbox Games on Game Pass. 10 indie games coming to Game Pass at release of Another Crab's Treasure. Tectonica, Sea of Stars, Harold Halibut, and more. CD Projekt Red details Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty expansion. Black Market walkthrough, blah, blah, blah. And then Lamplighters League release date October 3rd. So much going on. We have Avowed details from the game director. We have Towerborn, a little bit deeper dive into the game of Towerborn. Fallout 76, Once in a Blue Moon update. June 20th release, glimpse of Atlantic City expansion. Elder Scrolls Online, we already talked about. Phantasmaphobia coming to Xbox Series X, early access with cross-platform play in August. Capcom details PvE content for Exo Primal in Exosuit variant and Savage Gauntlet. Id at Xbox, acceleration program Sizzle Reel, Drag Her, Stray Gods, Sonzai, Slime Heroes, and more featured. Dune expansion for Microsoft Flight Simulator, we already talked about that. Go Mech Ball, revealed release in 2024. Lies of P details. This looks like a dope-ass game. Lies of P details various weapons, bosses. September 19th release. You can get the demo for this game right now. And then behind-the-scenes video at Senua Saga, rather, sorry. Hellblade 2, motion capture process, and etc. Xbox FanFest celebration tease for 2024. Looks like Comic-Con for Xbox nerds. Pretty solid stuff there. Lightyear Frontier multiplayer features showcased early 2024 release, and Phil Spencer plays 33 Immortals with developers and does an interview. So that is what happened at the showcases. From there, we have no other regular ass news. So let's talk about the trailers, the biggest ones that were of note. Some of these actually did not come from any of these non-E3 showcases, but we do have some pretty awesome stuff in here. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles getting an expansion, getting more DLC. We're getting Dimension Shell Shock. You have Usagi Yojimbo as a playable character now once this launches. It will be launching later this year. An exact date was not given. Trailers to check out. We have Sonic Superstars. This looks like a return to form that most of us elder millennials remember from our childhoods. Classic 2D platforming on the Switch. Hell yes, go check out this trailer. Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. Yeah, again, return to form for what we know and love about this franchise, if you are an elder millennial like myself. Squirrel with a Gun. What the hell did I just watch? This is a trailer that honestly must be seen to be believed. It is exactly what the title of the game entails. It's a squirrel with a gun, and it's not exactly what you're thinking, I don't think. So go check that out. Star Wars Outlaws, there is a gameplay. There's 10 minutes of gameplay. You basically are going through a mission in this game, and this looks like Star Wars meets Metal Gear, and I'm super here for it. Then we have Brawlhalla, again, Master Chief and the Arbiter joining the cast as full-on characters, not as new skins for existing characters, so that's pretty awesome. Clockwork Revolution. This, again, if you're looking to scratch a BioShock itch, Clockwork Revolution is the game that is going to do that, at least to some degree. It would appear that once you get deeper into the gameplay of this game, that is where most of the differences are going to be. But on a very superficial level, this is your BioShock fix for the time time being. Next, we have Avowed, because Obsidian just can do no wrong. If you love Obsidian and there's no reason not to, then you'll love Avowed. It looks great. Go check it out. And Lies of P, Goth Pinocchio, launching September 19th. You can get the demo right now. What's not to love about that? All right, so that being said, our suggestion this week, just because it took up the entire section, go watch these showcases, because this year is pretty solid. Capcom, you could probably skip the Capcom one, because basically everything they announced there gets announced somewhere else, but the rest of these are absolutely worth your time. Go watch the Xbox showcases, go watch the Ubisoft Forward, go watch all of the, again, maybe not the Capcom one, maybe not the Sony one either. If you haven't watched that one yet, it's probably not worth your time, but the rest of them absolutely are. And that is your suggestion for Gaming and Tech this week. Once again, this is just the gaming and tech section. It is a shortened piece of the much longer news show that I do over on youtube.com/generallynerdy, which is the main channel. There's a lot more music and comic books and movies and TV shows, etc., that can be found over there on the regular show. Thank you for joining me here, though, nerds. Before we go, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.